Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Budget Scenery Workshop. Today I'm going to be making a start on painting my warp portal. So if you haven't seen that build, there it is. There's it from the back. Very simple build. I saw on another channel and I wanted to make one for myself. Sorry, just a couple of bits of glue that I didn't spot. So yeah, the premise behind this is if you've ever seen the popular TV show or the movie before that, basically it's a gate that lets you travel between worlds. So yeah, that's the gist behind this. I just wanted something cool. So yeah, anyway, today what we're going to do is we're going to start painting it. But first, I'm going to texture around here, just so it looks like stone. And what we're going to do with that, is baking powder, PVA, an old CD, you don't mind getting dirty, and a fine sieve. So yes, let us get started with that. Okay, so once you've done that, hopefully, do this carefully. Yeah, you might want to, I didn't think, you might want to cover up the middle as well. So let's just gently tap this off. Okay, I think that's looking good. Let's make sure it's all even. Okay, that's not looking too bad so far. So you can see there's the front textured. So what we'll be working on next is I'm going to leave this to dry for a little bit. Then I'm going to be working on the back. And I think, yes, I think I'll wait until the front and back are fully dry. Then I'll work on these little bits in between the points there. Okay, so I will be back once this is dried. We'll catch you shortly. Okay, and once you've got all that covered in baking powder, or however you choose to texture it, next what you want to do is I want this to look like stone. So I've got 3 different shades, well 4 different colours, but I've got grey, got taupe, and I have fawn. And for the final dry brushing, I've just got white. So what we're going to do is we're just going to give it a coat of grey all around the stone, front and back. And then I'm going to dab on with a sponge two different, the taupe and fawn, just a few different dabs around. Just a little thing to add, if you are using baking powder and if you have breathing issues, just be very, very careful, because there is very fine dust, because basically it is very fine dust that comes off this. So if you have breathing issues, just use in a well ventilated area, and if you're that worried, use a breathing mask. Okay, let's get started with the painting. Okay, and once you've done that, you'll have something that looks like this, which with the baking powder, it looks nicely textured. Obviously, you could use polyfiller and stuff as well, but I just found the quickest and easiest way was to use baking powder. So yeah, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for this to dry. Then I'm going to sponge on, just lightly, two different shades next, which kind of will, hopefully, this is the plan, make it look like actual stone. And then the final touch will be very light dry brushing with a white, just to highlight some of these lighter bits. Then for the actual portal itself, I thought start with the purple. This is just a rose colour. To me that looks, yeah, looks quite purple. Anyway, then just a darkish blue, and then a lighter blue. Okay, and that's what I'll be doing next. So I'm going to wait for this to dry. Then we'll get started on the next stage. Okay, so now that's all dried, I'm going to start dabbing on the different shades of stone colour. Then once all that's done, I'm going to give it a final dry brush all around here with a little bit of white. So hopefully that'll bring out the raised areas and make it look good. Then okay, so that's all the different shades of stone I've got on. I've just been dabbing that on with a brush. You may see here, I've got some on the actual portal itself, but I'm not worried about that because I'm going to be painting that last. I left that until last just in case something like this did happen. Okay, so I'm going to leave this to dry, and the last bit is just to give it a very light dry brushing of white, just so it picks up the raised detail, makes it look more authentic. So that's going to be my next move. Okay, so I've just finished dry brushing. If you can make that out. So the texture looks a lot better. You can see the detail. I'm really happy with it. What I found for this size brush, anyway, this is just a cheap artist style brush, is if you just put paint on and rub a little bit off and just lay it flat and go work your way outwards. That way you're not pressing in to the piece and just you're picking up fine detail then. So that's the best way I've found to dry brush with these cheapo brushes anyway. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to be working on the portal. So I'm thinking a watered down, this is just acrylic paint. These pots were only £1 each. So what's that, like 70 cents something? From a local arts and craft shop. So I'm thinking I'm going to water that down. Maybe add a little bit of washing up liquid so it flows a little bit better. I might just use water. Yeah, I'll leave it until I give it a final wash to dish up. So yeah, purple, then the shades of blue as we get nearer the middle. That's what I'm going to be working on next.
Эта песня называется Just a Joke.
Someone save me from all I've done. Please don't blame me for all my thoughts. 'Cause everything we can see is just a joke, nothing more. Everything we're calling true suddenly will kill ourselves. Goodbye, goodbye. The spinning deep inside of me, wasting time, but it's fine. Not even laugh can make me feel. Goodbye, goodbye. The spinning deep inside of me, wasting time, but it's fine. Not even laugh can make me feel. We're
And there we have it. I've finally completely finished and painted my first piece. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it looks really good. Up in the back maybe. But yeah, I'm not sure if you can make that out, but yeah, you can make it out better there. The last thing I did was just give it a very, very light dry brushing of white, just so it kind of looks like it's, you know, moving a little bit. The same goes with the two different shades of blue. And I've also painted the railing a kind of dark brown. Then I also went over it with a lighter brown just to bring out the detail. So yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please do hit that notification bell so you never miss a thing. And if you ever have a build request, just drop a comment and I will add it to the pot. Okay folks, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time.